Hey there guys, how you doing? It's Drew here, and this is a update video of the Vadim webinar, which is today, which is May 24th, 2024. Guys, I'm just going to go over what was talked about at that webinar. It was for the 14% plus people. So yeah, we're just going to talk about that. It was all really good news. Some extremely good news, like almost the news that everyone wants to hear. He's almost saying now, guys. So if you're leaving a negative comment even under this video, there is something seriously wrong with you. Okay, so we're going to get into it here. This is the video, guys. I've uploaded it to my YouTube channel, and I was actually the first one to actually upload it. The recording, I even beat I beat S Group, the company. I noticed Sergi put it in the group at like 2:30, and I uploaded this 5 hours ago. It's 6 o'clock right now, so I beat him to it, which was pretty neat. And we've got a lot of views on here, guys. Almost 2,000 views on it. Someone must have shared it. I didn't share it. I shared it with one person, which was the translator, and we work together and we figure out how to present it to the English-speaking members, right? So we got lots of comments down here. Not any really, negative comments, I would say. This last comment's really nice. This person's thanking the lawyers and giving a special thanks to them, and the same old kind of just people don't understand things. Like this person here, audit of 1 year, now what's next? The video's in Russian. I'm pretty sure they don't even know what he's talking about. So okay, but of course I'm doing this for the English speaking members and the people on my team. You guys already know all the information anyways. I always put it right in our team group there, first thing that I do, okay? So we'll get going here, and we'll do this. So we're going to shoot on over to, this is the post that I made, guys. And I actually put this in the investors chat there. So, because I noticed last time Sergi just copied what I said in English, the translation, and then he put it in the investors chat. So I thought, oh, I'll just do it this time just to save him some time, because after every broadcast that Vadim does or big announcement, he's working like the next 24 hours. I don't think he sleeps, right? Working really hard. So here's the update here, guys. I recommend what you do is I'll leave the link to the investors chat group to this exact post here. I'll leave it in the video description below. It'll be the first link. I'm going to leave two important links in the video description below for the English speaking members. Okay, so I'm going to talk about that first. So the first link is going to be to this post here, where you can come and you can take some time, you can go through it, you can read it, you can go down to this right here, guys. This is probably the news that everyone is, not the news we're waiting for. We're waiting for the news of, Vadim to say, okay, liquidity's going to be provided, here's the date, or the pre-trial has been concluded, it's been successful, and now we're just waiting on the regulator to conduct the broker to release our liquidity. That's the news we want to hear, okay? We're not going to hear that until they've concluded with the pre-trial. So if you're sitting there thinking, I'm not going to be happy unless I hear when liquidities can be provided, then, there's no date for that yet, okay? So you just got to be patient. What we're looking for, guys, is honestly, you have to think logically about things, okay? I've said this in a lot of my videos, is that if you have 2 points, you have a start to something, you have a finish to something. What's in between? There's always something in between. There's a bunch of space in between that needs to be filled for you to get to one point to the other point, from the start to the end, right? So we're in the process of in this middle part here, and I think that we're almost at the end of this by today's news that came out. By the sounds of it, it sounds like they're going to go ahead with the pre-trial. They already have a date set for it, which is the end of June. That's kind of what I took away from today. Going off, the next link that I want you to go to is the news from the Ukraine government, okay, because we all know the trial is being held in Ukraine, that, they're trying to help out cases like ours. They're trying to get the process smoothly through and not like stretch things out. And you can see here, guys, if you read this is an article in English, right, about the law that they changed the start of January 2024 there. If you read through this, it's clear to see that they understand there's a lot of similar cases like S Group is going through right now. But yeah, read this article. I highly recommend you guys come here, read this article, so you have a clear understanding of the process of when they actually go to court, that, you know, even the court system understands about the situation that a lot of these companies or individuals are in. So let's shoot on over here to the group, and we'll just go with this. And I'm just going to read this stuff. I'm going to go through everything here, guys. And, you know, even some stuff that people are thinking like, oh, I don't really care about. But like when I talk about Kazakhstan or something, you know, it deals with the company, guys. And you have to understand, it's not just about the case and the audit, and that's all that the company's thinking about. It's not, guys. That's something that they have to do, that's going on in the background. S Group is a company. They have to make money to proceed forward. Okay, so a lot of times people ask things like, why did they do prime investment? Why are they doing eSIM investment? Like, why are they doing these investments? Shouldn't they just be focusing on the audit? Shouldn't they be focusing on, oh, we just got to do this and conclude this as fast as possible? Of course, they want it done, guys. They want it done as fast as possible, but they want it done right. And to get things done right, and it's taking such a long time, you have to think about this, is that it's a company. Okay, it's not some Ponzi scheme type thing. It's a company. It's an actual company that has, you know, hundreds of employees. If I go into the 15% group here, guys, okay, there's like, here's some easy math to do. You go into the website, company marketing, you go to 15%, 15%, and then you just count the people, 80, 18, 14, and then Sergi, right? Way the heck over here. So you count the people, and then you can see in my video here, okay, there's 119 people in this group. Those numbers don't add up. So what are those people? Those are support people, guys. There's about 10 full-time support people like alone in this group, in the 15% group. There's support people, administration that are being paid to be in these groups, okay? To support people, to support, you know, the 15% people. They, if I go and my teammate has a problem and they're like, oh, I can't get into my account, you know, I need my Google Authenticator detached from my account. I need my Telegram bot. I lost my phone. I need my Telegram bot detached from my account. Okay, how do they do that, right? They do that through the 15% group, or you could send in a support ticket. So guys, it costs money to run S Group, okay? So you have to think about that as well when you're thinking about, oh, why don't they just always talk about the audit? Or why don't they always talk about the case? Or why don't they always just, you know, why are they doing prime? Why, when I'm in investors chat, I see the top leaders just talking about prime all the time? Like, what's going on here? Shouldn't they be talking about what I'm thinking about in my head always? The audit? Okay. No, it's a company, guys. It needs to move forward. It needs to make money. Think about this. If you're making money, the company's making money as well. Okay. And why? It's so that they can be a company and move forward, pay staff, you know, do all this stuff, pay out bonuses. Okay. Here's an example, another example here, which will not be a great example because I'm not really promoting prime. My team is basically what keeps the commissions. Like, I made $62 here today in commissions. So that's basically from my team, like members that are already existing, right? Not new members, new people coming in, okay, over this time. But yeah, that'll change after all is said and done here with this situation. But you can see here, my next bonus, think of this, right? My next bonus here, guys, if I was to get it right now, I would get $18,000 SGCT. Okay, and I would, of course, get 481,000 SWCT. Okay, but think of this: 30 to 40,000 new people that have joined since the start of the audit. Okay, so the majority of them, like 90, probably 95% of those people, guys, they're just focused on the prime investment. They don't even care about what you're thinking about the audit and all that whole situation, right? So those people, a large portion of those people, you know, 3% to 10% of people promote. So say, I don't know, I think S Group's a little bit larger with the community that promotes. So say 7% of those people promote. So say you got 30,000 people. I know I'm talking about just stuff that's off topic, guys, but I really want you guys to understand this situation before we jump into this here, okay? And I don't care if this takes me an hour long to do. I really want to help people out, guys. I hate it when I see comments under my videos that the people are just so frustrated. They don't understand things and they're like, oh, I can't take it kind of thing. And I missed the word of. Okay. is 2,100. So let's just say that would be on the really low side, right? Let's just say there's 2,100 new people that have come in over this audit time that are getting like bonuses, and they're doing a bunch of commission, and basically all of that for these people here would be in SGCT, because what are they promoting? They're promoting prime investment, which involves SGCT, which is not dealing. It doesn't have dealings with the SWCT audit, so it's exchangeable inside S Wallet is what I should say there, right? So you have to think about that. And going back here and knowing these numbers here, the company, to even pay out bonuses and commissions, guys, it needs to make, like, we're talking millions and millions of dollars just to keep it going as a company. So when you're sitting there thinking, oh, why have they rolled out like 4 investments or something like that over this last year and stuck to their roadmap during this time? It's so that they continue to be a company, and they're just not halting and saying, we'll see you when everything is done here. Okay, that would be a worse situation for you if they said, we'll see you when everything's done here. Just be happy, guys, that the company is here for us. It's here for the leaders. It's here for you as an individual, even if you're an investor, and they're moving along and they're trying their best to do everything to and they're obviously doing a good job at it, right? We've seen Sergi get his big, huge bonus for 16.25%. I think over this time, I've probably seen about maybe 6 new 15% members come in during this audit time. There's been a couple new 16% members. There's been a whole ton of people from, getting that first bonus of $1,000 all the way up to, like, I've seen a bunch of $50,000 bonuses as well, right? So, there's a lot going out, guys. So if there's a lot going out, there needs to be, a company investment opportunity that's creating new funds and all that to do all this. Okay, so think about those kind of things. Okay, so we're going to get into this now, and just back to those 2 links, guys. Check this out. If you speak English, it's going to help you out understand about the legal end of things. Okay, and then also here today, I put this in the investors chat group. It's also in my public group there. There it is right there. Okay. So, but anyways, you guys should be in the investors chat group there. How to get into the investors chat group. Sorry, I'm going on and on. It's been 16 minutes and we still haven't got into it yet. But how to get into the investors chat group, guys, go verify your account. Okay, edit profile, verify your account. Once your account is verified, then you can go over here to invite. Okay, very important stuff. I got 30 more minutes left till I got to pick up my son from soccer. Go to the invite page. Okay, there's the investors chat group. You want to click that, join the group, give it 30 minutes to create the link for you, then join the group. If you've clicked that and it looks like this now, but you did not join the group, you didn't click the link to join the group, guys, you have to contact the 15% sponsor above and get that person to reset your invite page. Just say, can you go in 15% group and can you make a post with my username to reset my invite page? Okay, the support people will know exactly what to do. Okay, I've done that with about 25 people so far on my team to help them out, to get them into the investors chat group where they've clicked the link and then they've left the page and then the link expired. Okay, so make sure you're in that group, guys. It's going to help you out. That's where all the information is that you're like, I need to know information. I need to know what's going on. It's all in that group. Okay, so do yourself a favor and get in the investors chat group. Okay, so we're going to go back here, May 24th, 2024, which was today. He started off with news on licensing in Kazakhstan. Okay, so I'm not going to go over talking too much about this kind of information because I know this does not apply for 98% of the people or 90% of the people that are watching this video. You don't live in Kazakhstan. You don't have a Kazakhstan passport, so who cares kind of thing. But we have to go over it because it is company news, and you have to realize that, the company is there's more situations than just, the audit, right? There's more situations that they're dealing with and all this kind of stuff. It's a company. They're constantly dealing with stuff, okay? So in the next couple of weeks, guys, you'll hope maybe in the investors chat group or something, maybe you'll see Sergi put out some more news about this. They're 98% through the way of this, and I know this has been like, for those Kazakhstan people, guys, this has been something they've been working on, the registry for you guys, for I think the last 2 years. So they're almost done, 98% done. That's good news for you guys. Okay, so which doesn't apply to most people that watch this video. So S-Trade here, there's a lot of news on S-Trade, guys, because that seems to be a big direction that they're moving towards, is like really revamping S-Trade, getting us some cards for it so we can withdraw to our bank. They're going to go, and basically they've already made the arrangements with this, guys, is they're kind of pairing up, I'll say, with one of the leading Singapore exchanges out there, like crypto exchange type things, and something is similar to like Binance, meaning that they're going to have a lot of liquidity. Okay, this does not have anything to do with SWCT. SWCT issue is with the broker and the claims made against the company. It's not an issue with outside exchanges that deal with cryptocurrency or anything. Actually, the SWCT is not SWCT, guys. SWCT is just what you see in your back office in S Group. It's actually USD in the broker account. Okay, so that's something you have to understand there. So what they've done is they've went and they've kind of done like a joint venture with one of the leading, as it says here, top exchanges in Singapore there, which works with companies like Binance, and I don't know Kraken, or if they work with Kraken, or but some of the bigger exchanges out there. The Singapore exchange works with them, so they're going to be able to provide liquidity for trading pairs in the futures market. Okay, meaning that actually, I'm not going to explain futures trading, guys. If you want to understand futures trading and why a company would need liquidity to have those pairs, you can go to Google and you can just type in what is futures trading, and then you can learn about it. Okay, so anyways, there's going to be futures trading inside S-Trade, guys, which is really, really exciting for those people out there that want more liquidity to trade on when they're trading in S Group. Like you're not just going and selling your SGCT or selling your SWCT. You actually want to start trading in there. That's what they need, is more liquidity. Okay, not just the S Group members, right? Okay, so where we're here, direct global liquidity will be available. So that's just what I was saying. This will also give liquidity to futures trading pairs. We talked about that. He is not talking about SWCT liquidity. I went over that. Use of credit card on Singapore site. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about this because I think there's a couple lines I talk about it in here, and it's not really, I don't go into great detail about it. So this Singapore exchange site, guys, they already have all what S Group was trying to do with they're opening up an S bank and all that kind of stuff. This Singapore exchange already has all that done. So we can basically get S Wallet cards through this company, which we can, withdraw to our bank, have a withdrawal method to our bank from the card, which would be a gateway through S Wallet in our bank. Basically would be this card, like a kind of a debit type card where you load the card and you could put it into your bank, or you could go to an ATM and withdraw $1,000 a day or whatever it's going to be, right? Vadim said in the webinar, which I didn't put in here, this is why I like to do these videos, is to give you guys more information. Vadim said in the webinar that these cards are going to have like a really good limit on them. Like we're talking, millionaires will be able to use them, go buy a car, go put a down payment on your house, like that kind of money type thing, right? Okay, so it's going to be very, very exciting there. I got to hurry up. I only got 20 minutes left. But he said about 1.5 to 2 months, guys. So kind of expect that within the next 2 months. I'll say you can kind of expect it within the next 2 to 3 months, because we all know S Group, guys, they when they say something, it's like Elon Musk. It comes at a later date normally, right? Okay, so 2 months or so, we can expect to see the cards. And also we can expect, and first they're going to go out to 15-16% people, right? So that they can be tested out and stuff. That always happens. Okay, so I just want to say that as well. Also, they're going to do like a lot of update and stuff like that to S-Trade. Okay, so the whole look of it and features and all that kind of stuff, guys, it's going to be very different over the next 2 to 3 months. You're going to see a lot of changes. Okay, so access will be provided to the 15-16% members to start. The cards will be going through the Singapore exchange company. I already talked about that. It's not going to go through like some S bank or something, guys. they totally decided, let's just scrap that idea. It was costing them way too much money through this time. As I was talking about before, the company is progressing forward during this time where they don't have access to all the earnings in SWCT, which is all of the money the day the audit was, they froze their accounts, right? The broker, they lost like access to all their money. The same as you. The company's in the same situation, right? So they had to create all these new investments, basically follow the roadmap to continue earning and that type of thing. So yeah, this is a really good thing for the company, guys, is they don't have to move forward with that S bank anymore, because that would cost a lot of money, right? To do all their own things and that kind of stuff. And this Singapore company, I don't know the name of the company, obviously. The Singapore company's already established with these cards. Yeah, and it just says here, your bank account and the card will be connected with S Wallet. Okay, so you'll be able to load the card through S Wallet. I think that's kind of the deal, what they're going to do with it, guys. Is what the translator told me, and that's what we got from the translation of it, right? Okay, news from Sergi on S-Trade. He's talking about S-Trade exchange will be completely redone. Okay, they're going to revamp everything just to probably make it congruent with some of the features and stuff like that they can get. As I was saying about the futures trading, loading this card, I don't know, all that kind of stuff, right? A lot of things, okay? So like that. And then down here he's saying like it's going to take about 1.5 months or so to complete. The new level of the engine will be updated and all that kind of stuff there, guys. I'm not going to go over too much of this because this is right in the chat group there, okay? All the marketing and everything will be redone for S-Trade, of course, which involves S Group. So the marketing for S Group will be different. So you'll have to change your marketing approach to this, because people will probably be able to fund with their card. I had the idea of just making a P2P for members, but I don't think we'll need to do that anymore with SGCT and SWCT, right? Or anything really, right? You could sell through it, buy and sell, but now we can just do this card. Like people just use their bank accounts or cryptocurrencies like always, right? Okay. And then down here, he's just going over some of the developments there. I won't read over them, but the one big thing here that I noticed is they're going to create a trading pair, which they might have already had this. I didn't look yet. SEST, SGCT. Okay. And also I noticed that I might get corrected on this in the future because I'm not 100% sure about this, but there's going to be an investment opportunity in S Group with SEST and SGCT. Like something along the lines of maybe S crypto or some kind of like farming type thing. Okay, I saw that in the webinar as well. Okay, so just talking about the card, S card, and then the start of your own our own broker. Okay, so eventually the one of the end goals for S Group, S-Trade, is to for us to have our own brokership. Okay, so that we don't need to deal with other brokers, basically, right? But that's a lot of legal that needs to be done. So I wouldn't even be thinking about this now, guys. This is going to be something that's going to be so far away in the future that, there's a lot to come before that type thing, okay? So S Pharmaceutical, we'll get through this really, really fast. I only got 10 minutes left here, guys. S Pharmaceutical, over the past 3 months, has not been much positive news, meaning that, I know that sounds kind of harsh, not been much positive news, meaning that there hasn't really been all that much done. And here's the reason why, guys. And I think I talk about this, yeah, right here, is that I saw someone had asked him about the, when are we going to be, or no, this definitely wasn't me because I didn't ask that question. Basically, when is the liquidity going to be provided for the S Pharmaceutical tokens, okay? I already understand that, and that's why I know I didn't ask this question, because I knew this right off the start, was that the sales process needs to happen first before the liquidity is provided. Because if you think about it as a business, in all business, you need to do sales before you make money, because where does the money come from? Is the sale. So they haven't started the sales process for S Pharmaceutical yet. So what he was saying, his response was that they're not going to start the sales process until all is finalized with the audit situation, as in, well, the audit's already done. It's pretty clear and easy to say that. With the court situation and everything's finalized, liquidity is provided back to the members, then they would go and start the sales process of S Pharmaceutical. But if you keep on reading here, he's saying that they already have the buyers for the S Pharmaceutical products. The buying is already all lined up. They just haven't started the sales yet because they're waiting to, because like logically think about things here, guys. You've got a company that is going through a criminal case in Ukraine, with criminal claims against the company. They're not going to go out there and start selling their marijuana products, their S Pharmaceutical products, to companies out there to start their sales process, because that might create some confusion for these companies that are going to be working with S Group, right? Like, it's just, as a logical business point of view, business stance, you don't want to go out there and start working with other businesses if you're going through some kind of criminal case. You want to get that cleared first, and then those companies don't have, any kind of, I guess, weird feelings about things, right? So I think that's what Vadim was thinking. That's kind of what it came across to me like he was explaining, okay? So I got 10 minutes left here, guys. I got to be back. I got to leave here at 7, basically. So it's 6:50 right now. So we went through that, and then this is the meat and potatoes of basically what you guys want to hear, okay? S Group audit update, which I would say we're in the stage right now of getting ready for the pre-trial, okay? Before today's webinar, I didn't know where we were. I had no clue. I knew the auditing end of things was done. I knew all claims against the company had been proven to be false. I knew the law was on our side, meaning the law knows that all these claims are proven to be false. Like, the plaintiff is like, the law is going to take our side, the defendant, not the plaintiff, right? Okay, so there was that. Here, I got to turn my car back on. There we go. Get the AC back on. I'm in my new Tesla that I got there, the Model S. Dancing Cadudo. I love that song. Okay. What a geek, eh? Okay, so I'm running out of time and I'm doing stupid stuff. Okay, so let's get going here, guys. So, just explain to you guys where, as a leader in the company, I'm probably not one of the top leaders, but I am 15%. I'm probably the top leader in the English-speaking community, which is not that big, so not that big of an achievement. But, guys, that's basically what I knew of everything, was that the stage we were in was, from knowing the company news, was that I knew all claims against the company have been proven to be false. That means the auditing and things is done. Sergi had said there's been no new claims. He said this back months and months ago. He said there's been no new claims against the company in months. Vadim said on the March 1st webinar, our news from that was basically that the auditors haven't asked for any more information in like a month or months or something, which would be months now. That's basically what we knew at that time, guys. So what we learned today was that the pre-trial it's not over, it's not started. They have a date for it, which is the end of June. Okay, so that's the big news. If you're along the lines of, I want to know when liquidity is going to be provided, this is what you should be thinking about now. Okay, it's not how you feel, not how the situation you're in makes you feel. You should look at it from the company's point of view, the company's perspective, and what they have to still go through. So you understand, as I was saying before, there's a start, there's a finish, and there's a process in between, and we need to still go through some of that process to get to the end result, the conclusion of like what will make you feel better. Okay, so understanding that will help you out a lot. Okay, so pre-trial here at the end of June. Okay, those were his words, guys. Pre-trial the end of June. Okay, so that's the amazing news, because we all know audit. Okay, finalization of stuff, which would be, down here we've got, so there's 3 checks. Okay, so you got your audit, which took a long time, but not long for, if you think about it, that they audited almost $500 million. It took about a year to do, almost 10 months or something, or I would say 8 months, right? And then after that, there's checks. They made them do 3 checks. They've done 1 check, okay? And they're in the process of doing the next 2. And then he's already said that the end of June is the pre-trial, okay? So those checks will need to be done, I guess, over this next month. I don't know, guys. Here's one thing I don't know is, what if these checks don't get done on time? Does that mean they moved the pretrial to a different date? What are these checks exactly? Those are the kind of questions that I have that I cannot answer in these video because I've already asked them and they're not giving me an answer for that. Just because if you saw Sergi's last update, guys, he basically said there's some things they cannot say because they're not allowed to say it. Like the investigator basically the investigator tells them what to say, what they can and can't say. Okay, so I guess information on these checks they can't say. Okay, they got 2 more to do, and then before the pretrial. And as I say here, Vadim is confident in that these checks will be fine, and he's confident in the outcome of the pretrial is going to be in S Group's favor, of course, because all claims against the company have been proven to be false. Okay, so end of June, I keep on saying that because I want to get that across to people. Okay, end of June would be the next big news that we're going to hear about. Would probably be in July, guys, or maybe the next month after July is the next time we'd hear big news. Okay, so this next thing here, guys, is something that they've put things in place so that this doesn't happen again, right? Like it'll be, I know I use the word impossible because that's the translation he said, impossible. The word that was translated into English was impossible, so I just used that word. But they're going to do things here so that this doesn't happen again. Okay, so we already know they've done things with the prime investment, which is SGCT, where they're not doing legal entries for it. So, like it's not going to be looked at, basically. Okay, we already have enough proof that everything is real and the trading is real and all that, so we don't have to, and we could say, like, if you're promoting, you just say, well, the company was audited. That's enough proof right there, right? Okay, so what they're going to do here is different clients will be served in different zones in order not to put ourselves in the same kind of risk as before. So I guess they're going to set up the accounts in different ways, okay, depending on zones, which means countries, in different countries. If a situation like this was to happen, like say for instance Ukraine, then it would only affect the people that did the KYC with a Ukrainian passport. Okay, so for instance, if this happened again and the same situation where I don't live in Ukraine, but I'm affected by this right now, and maybe you don't live in Ukraine and you're affected by this now, then so for instance, in the future, they're going to do it so that everything is, as they said here, like divided into sections type thing. So if a government tries to go after the company, right, with claims made against it, like Ukraine did, then only those people that live in that country would be in a situation like we're in right now. Okay, so if you're in a good country, meaning I shouldn't say good, if you're in a country that, like the UK or like Canada, or that has like nice sanctions, then you probably would never ever experience a situation like this again. So maybe Russia might experience a situation like this, right? I don't know. Kind of thing. Okay, but anyways, they're going to do it that way so that we don't have those kind of problems. I got 1 more minute, we got to get through this. Maybe I'll just end it here, and then because the next thing is about eSIM, guys, and I know that a lot of people watching this video, it's easy to understand eSIM because it was the last investment that we did. Okay, so different clients, blah 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 blah, the risk, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so also so these things don't happen again in the future for the company. We'll make these changes. They will have checks on. Okay, so here's another thing, which a member of mine came to me. He has like, I think 150,000 investment in his account, and he comes to me and he's like, "Oh, I see this in this update that they're going to do checks on the larger investors." Okay, they're not, oh, there's my alarm going off. They're not talking about your actual investment in your account, guys. They're talking about the deposit amount, right? They're just going after the big, huge deposits. Like, think about it. They're not going to go and do a check and have that member go through some kind of check thing for every single person that makes a deposit. Like, you make $100 deposit and you got to go through a check before you do it. They're not going to do that, guys. They're going to do that only for people that make huge deposits. Okay, they're going to do that, and they're going to do that to be more compliant with the process of what they're going through right now. So if there is a problem with a country, as I was saying before, it'd only involve the people in that country that has that issue, okay? Then, it's a much easier process to go through because they only have to look at, like, say, these certain people or whatever, okay? So once again, guys, you can tell here what they're doing. Like, they're really trying to solve the problems and issues that they've seen happen throughout this time through the company, right? So that's a positive thing if you think about it that way, right? As in, the company is really it's trying to work for you as the member, okay? And it's not just like, oh, what I was saying at the start there, let's put out new investments, let's make money and all that kind of stuff, right? They're really trying to, like, that learn from their lessons kind of thing. As like when you're growing up and you're a kid, okay, here's a story here. We'll tell you for 2 minutes and then we'll go. My son yesterday came home and he had some skin missing off his under his finger here, right? So he was messing around at school on the monkey bars. He was trying to climb across the monkey bars, and then I guess he slipped and, like, peeled off some skin there. So today, when he came home from school, this was yesterday. Today, when he came home from school, I said to him, "How was school today? Did you go on the monkey bars? Did you get back up there?" kind of thing. And he said, No, I didn't. I just watched people mess around on it, and I played with my friends, and we traded Pokemon cards or whatever kind of thing like that. So, like, he learned from his mistakes, right? He's going to take it easy on his hands for a couple days. He's not going to climb the monkey bars and stuff. So it's the same thing, guys. If you think about a good company, like, they're learning from their mistakes. They're admitting, hey, yeah, we've made some mistakes. We're going to go and we're going to try and do our best to fix stuff. And sometimes, guys, mistakes come in a way that, well, most of the time, you don't even know it's a mistake. You think you're doing everything perfectly, everything fine, and then you realize, oh shit, we could do this better. Okay, so I really want you guys to understand this, that S Group is trying to work with us. They're trying to do the best they can, and you have to look at this as something that, I don't want to say like, oh, it's going to change your life and you're going to be a millionaire and, oh, look at me and blah, 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 all that kind of stuff, because it's not going to work for everyone. Some people just don't have it in them, right, to see it for what it is. But just like, if you feel stressed out about things and you're sitting there thinking, oh, this update came out and there's not a whole lot about the, what I want to hear about when's liquidity going to be released. And he, like, guys, I look through the comments, right? Even under this video here. And there's some people here, even in Russian, saying, right? Saying, oh, he's not even talking about what I want to hear and things like that. Why isn't he talking about the audit more and stuff like that, like this, right? Okay, like, just negative, kind of a negative mind, right? So the best thing to do for you is get your head out of that space and just look at it from the company's point of view, the company's perspective, and see, are they doing things? Are they trying to progress? Are they trying to move forward? What is the news that's actually coming out? Is the news coming out, is it actually bad? Like, when you go out there and you see these pathetic people online complaining all the time, are they actually right? Right? And you'll come to the conclusion that those people complaining all the time, those people being negative, those people being like, one track mind, oh, all I think about is liquidity and all I think about is, getting my life back to normal with S Group, SWCT, and that's going to save me and all this kind of stuff, guys. Like, you look at it and you think, okay, what is the disconnect from them, from the company, and from the news? Because you've got all these people like myself sitting there looking at this thinking, holy shit, this is going to change my life, a year, 2 years, whatever, when I'm 50, when I'm 60, it's my retirement plan. Like, how could I think like that? But then you go to, like, a YouTube video comments. This is where you're going to find all the weak-minded people, right? Is normally in some social media type thing, comments, right? With no picture and, who's that person? I don't know, kind of thing, right? How can you have someone like me, or, like, I'm like most of the members, I would say, that are in the system there that are positive, like, thinking about retirement, thinking about, okay, the investment size, thinking about, okay, maybe I should promote this. Here's my strategies I'm going to use to promote it, all that kind of stuff. How can you have people like that, but then on the opposite perspective, people that are thinking, I just want to get rid of my SWCT. I don't want to see it anymore. There's a comment in here saying, like, that it's just a scam and we should give up. We should give up all hope. kind of thing like that, guys. And it's just, you have to sit back. You have to look at the company as a company and not look at it as in, this is how I feel and this is my problem and this is what I want the solution for my problem to be, right? Because that's not how a company works. If you're an entrepreneur, you totally understand that. You understand that nothing comes to you if you don't, like, you sit there and just think about things, nothing happens. Okay? Nothing. You have to do something to make something happen. And you can look and see every single update we're getting, things are happening, things are moving forward. They're always positive, his news, right? Okay? There's never been some news that sets us back, right? It's always positive. It's always moving forward. Hey, it's great. It's a great update, that kind of thing. That's what you have to look for. That's what you have to look out for, okay? So that's it from me, guys. It's been 50 minutes. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, I really like this last comment here. It made me feel good because I put a lot of time and a lot of effort into this. And, you know, this person here is obviously, you know, they're exactly what I was saying. Like, they're looking at this from the company's point of view, the company's perspective, and they're seeing what they're actually doing, right? Okay, so that's it from me. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And we'll end it on the, oh, my internet went out. We'll end it here. See ya. Bye-bye.